Back, the holiday season is full of celebrations, but we all know it can be a little bit of an overwhelming time period. Whether you're experiencing mixed emotions or just finding yourself with a jam-packed schedule, it's crucial to keep your health in mind. So in that vein, for some tips and to talk about that, we're joined by Dr. Abby Miller from United Healthcare. Thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
It is such a busy time for people. So let's talk about the fatigue. I mean, we run ourselves ragged during the holidays.
Absolutely. You're so right. So one of the common things that I tell people to help with that is practice saying no and give yourself permission to say no to things. You know, I heard from a good friend that sometimes we have to say no to some really great things to kind of live our best life. So giving yourself permission to say no and not feeling guilty about saying no.
And that can be hard because there's a lot of pressure from everywhere. It's a really stressful time for a lot of people, whether because of all they have to do or because of just sort of emotional things that are going on. So how do people cope with that in a healthy way?
Yeah, so thinking about making a plan, planning ahead, asking for help. You know, when there's so many things that you're trying to do, asking somebody else to help take some of the burden is going to be really important. Another tip that I tell people is it's really important to take time for yourself, whether that means keeping your own wellness routine. So if you're somebody that exercises, it's important to keep in that habit. Exercise lowers your cortisol level. Cortisol is that stress hormone, so it's really important to move your body. Another area is making sure we're not overindulging. This time of year, there's so many sweets and treats around, and so sometimes people tend to mindlessly eat, especially when they're feeling stressed. So paying attention to what you're eating.
Okay, so we all do love to overindulge. I know I am looking forward to a number of foods that I normally wouldn't eat. And we should give ourselves permission to do that, right? How do we do that in a way that's kind of in moderation and healthy?
Absolutely. So you're so right. That's key, moderation. So planning ahead, knowing what are the things that I really am looking forward to splurging on. For me personally, I love gingerbread cookies. That's the thing I wait all year for. So I know that I'm going to splurge on some gingerbread cookies, but that might mean that I'm going to say no to some of the other treats that are around.
Okay, easier said than done,
Right.
but it's an excellent, excellent goal. You know, one other thing that a lot of people face, I think, around the holidays is this comparison. And you're worried, you know, is this going to live up to past holidays? We put pressure on how it, you know, is for our kids, how it is for our families, and then also comparing ourselves to other people. So what are some mental health strategies we can do to keep us a little more focused?
Yeah, that's a great point. Social media is unfortunately a great thing, but also can be really negative this time of year. We are constantly comparing ourselves, and sometimes we feel inadequate because of things that we see on social media. It's really important for people to recognize social media is highly curated. You're only seeing people's best days, their best pictures. So recognizing that for yourself. Some people, even during this time of year, will actually mute or uninstall the social media apps from their phones. And it's okay to do that.
Not a bad tip there at all. Dr. Miller, thank you for being with us, sharing these tips. We're all kind of dealing with it right now and helping people have a happier, healthier holiday season. So thanks so much.